Look at this beauty. Today we're going to be making caramel squares. No, this is not a pie. These are caramel squares. I just didn't have a square pan. So they're going to taste exactly the same. I'll just serve it in wedges. So if you want to make this, follow the video. Well, hello. Feels so good to be back in the kitchen again. I've been so busy this last week that I haven't been able to film a thing. Just a lot going on right now in the world and in my life. So I'm finally back in my happy place, which is in the kitchen, cooking. And today I want to cook something that I've been making for years and years and years and years. This is something that I would make for the little girls when they would get a sweet tooth. And many years ago, a good friend, somebody that I cherish, named Betty Morris, gave me a cookbook. And it was a Depression-era cookbook. And I don't have it with me. It's up in storage in Montana. And I'll dig it out one day. But thank goodness I wrote the recipe down. And I only modify the recipe a little bit. It's just a little bit too sweet for me. Now, it wasn't back in the day, so, you know, add more sugar if you want. But I prefer it not quite as sweet. And we call these caramel squares. Super easy to make and delicious. So I want to get started and show you how to do it. So simple ingredients. We're going to preheat the oven to 325. Oops, I put it on 350. Let me put you on pause. I'll go correct that. Okay, I got that little temperature change fixed right up. And now I'm just going to, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ingredients. That's it. So we are going to, what it wants us to do is mix all ingredients except for the egg whites. Yes, that's right. I'm going to separate my 2 eggs, the yolks from the whites. So let's go ahead and put, I want to get my 1.5 cups of flour. First, I think I'll do the dry ingredients, and I will put the recipe above the video for you. So I got 1.5 cups of flour, and we're going to do 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Got that. And let's do our sugar, which I'm putting 1/2 cup. The original, because I'm saving another 1/2 cup, and I don't even know if I'm going to use that much. I'll taste as I go. Original recipe calls for 1.5 cups sugar. Way too sweet for me. So this is a crust with a meringue top. So good. So I'm going to go ahead and put 1/2 cup of my brown sugar in there right now. And this is, the crust is so sweet. It's like a big soft cookie with a nice meringue on the top. And I like mine to be kind of like a pie meringue, that kind of sweet. So I don't think it's going to need this much sugar. We'll see. So there we go. And so I want to mix all these dry ingredients nicely. This is so good. So simple. You typically have these ingredients right in your cupboard. Ooh, I got some frizz going on there. Stop that hair. Anyway, next what we're going to do is add, we're going to need the 1/2 cup of butter, and we're going to need 2 egg yolks and a teaspoon of vanilla, as my stepdad Jerry always calls it. We call it vanilla. Okay, I got that mixed up nicely. So we're going to do our 2 egg yolks. So let's get those separated out. I just do it with my hand, basically. Thing about using egg yolks and egg whites and separating them is you don't ever want to get any water, not even the tiniest little drop in your egg whites, or they will not, or any of the egg yolk. This is a fat, and it will keep the egg whites from, you know, getting fluffy and soft peaks or hard peaks, however you want them. So there's 1. So let's put that in there. And I think I got a little bit of, oh no, that's just a little bit of flour that dropped off of my hand. I don't think that'll hurt anything because it's not a fat or water. So let's get our next egg yolk. Now you can beat these egg yolks separate if you want a little bit until they're creamy. I'm not going to go to all that trouble right now. I just want to throw this together and be happy. Here we go. Look how pretty and orange that is. Love it. Okay, so we got that. Let me go wash my hands. Done. Where's my towel? Here's my towel. Okay, got my towel. So let's put that aside. Now we want a half a cup of butter, and a stick is a half a cup of butter. So I'm going to break this up in here. Matter of fact, I'm going to get smart and take my jewelry off first, because I'm going to scrunch this all together and make a nice little bottom crust to put those delicious meringue on the top. If you ever had meringue cookies, I mean, oh, they're so good. Or what do you call those wonderful little meringue cookies that has the filling in the center? I don't remember, but I love them. Drawing a blank. Maybe I'll think about it, or maybe you can let me know. So I've got that in there. Let me do my hands real quick, and we need a teaspoon of vanilla. Oh, de Jerry. Let me shake that up a little bit. Okay. These caps usually hold a teaspoon. And if this one's a little bigger than a normal one, doesn't matter, because I like vanilla. A little more is not going to hurt a thing. So, you can either use your KitchenAid mixer or your hands. I'm going to start out with my hands. See how that goes. So we're going to mix it all together. Yummy. Your tummy. Your kids will like this. My girls sure did. So, let me get this all mixed in. Just rub your thumb and your fingers together and break up them lumps of butter. It helps if before you make this recipe, you take your eggs out of the refrigerator, take your butter out of the refrigerator, go get ready for the day, and let them come to room temperature. I always like to let eggs come to room temperature before I whip up any egg whites. And oh, it smells just like I remember it smelling. Boy, this was just such a go-to when the children were little. Savannah, do you remember these? Of course you do. And they're pretty too. There, I'm kind of liking how that looks. Sometimes I miss the stuff down on the bottom, so let me go around one more time. And it's starting to hold together, like I can take it and see, it kind of clumps up into a crust that I can press down into the bottom. Usually I would make this in a rectangle dish. They would use a 9-inch square, or I would use a 9-inch square dish if I had one. I don't have one because it's just so pretty. You want to be able to see it from all the way around. Since I don't have a 9-inch square dish here at the lake house, because it's too small for me to store these type of things, what I'm going to put it in is my cast iron pan. Go figure. And come here. I got that. Let me dump this in there. Should be just about the right size. Jada Whidden, you might want to make this. It's good. She made a chocolate pie. I don't think I posted the recipe for the chocolate pie. I can't remember. But I sent her pictures of it, and she said, please send me the recipe. And I did, and she made it, and she modified it a little bit, and that's what I love, people modifying things. She made hers a little thinner than mine, and ate it, put a little nuts in it, which I didn't do, and served it with ice cream. So Jada, you might want to make this. And so just press it down. Look, you've got you a beautiful little base. Now this isn't like a pie crust where you're going to have a nice wet dough. This is just a simple little bottom layer. So good. It smells so good. There, that's all there is to it. Look at that. And it's going to kind of puff up as it cooks. So good. And so let's see, did I get everything? I got my brown sugar, my butter, my eggs, my vanilla, my flour, and my baking powder. So the only thing I have to do next is beat the egg whites till stiff, add in the remaining sugar, and beat well till the sugar is dissolved and it comes to stiff peaks. And then I'm going to spread it over this. So let me put you on pause and we'll go over to the KitchenAid. Okay, I'm over here at the kitchen mixer, and I'm going to put this attachment on it, and then I'm going to pour my, oops, I got some flour in there. Let me dump that out. Don't know if it'll hurt anything, and I don't think it will, but what the heck. So let's put that in there. Just 2 little egg whites. Let's lock it. Get it to spinning. Oh, I guess it helps if you plug it in. Come on, let's plug you in. Okay. Let me put you on pause so you don't have to listen to the racket. Hold on. Okay, let's check them. And what you want to do is see if they come to a stiff peak. Yeah, see, that's holding that stiff little peak right there that I made. So I'm happy with that. And now what I want to do is add the sugar. So I'm adding a 1/2 cup rather than a whole cup. I may not even add the whole 1/2 cup. Just kind of want to add it a little bit at a time. So you want to just let it keep going until it dissolves the sugar. In all honesty, I think I'm going to add about 1/4 cup. I'm just not new to that sweet. I'll let you know how good it is. I bet you it's wonderful. So pretty. Let me taste it. Ooh, I like that best. 1/4 cup. Just right as far as I'm concerned. Are we supposed to eat meringue before you cook it? I'm not wasting that. Yum, I love meringue. So good. Okay, let's put these pretty meringues on top of our delicious base. They're kind of a caramel color. I think that's why they call them caramel squares. The meringues are caramel because of the brown sugar that we put in there. See how nice and stiff that is? And you're supposed to, like I said, whip them until the sugar dissolves. I think I'm one of those weird people that really doesn't care if the sugar dissolves. I never mind a couple little crunchy kernels of sugar. However, I didn't taste any kernels. And then you just simply spread it around the base. Look at that. Nothing to it. I like to make it look pretty, so I'll do little doohickeys like that. That way when it comes out of the oven, it's all gorgeous. Now I'm going to pop it in the oven. 325. Looks like a pie, but it's not. Caramel squares. I'm going to pop it in the oven 325 for about 20 minutes. Let's see. 20 minutes till meringue is light gold. So I'll see you in 20 minutes. Okay, I pulled this out of the oven. Will you look at this? Isn't that beautiful? See how it raised, and the meringue is like golden and gorgeous. It's going to be so good. I mean, if you were making a pie, you typically wouldn't let your meringue get that golden. Just the tips of those little peaks. But I know I'm supposed to wait until this cools down to try a bite. Do you think it'd be a mistake to try it now? Well, since I'm wanting to go to my friend Debbie's house, Debbie Baird, hi, bring her some watermelon and a piece of this. I'm going to try cutting a piece. Yummy. Be more firm when it cools down. But like I said, I couldn't wait. Let's give it a try. See if I got just the right amount of sugar in there. That's great. So much better than so sweet. You do it whatever way you want. I just don't like things as sweet as I once did. My mother told me that would happen one day, and I truly did not believe her, but it's true. So good. I hope that you're inspired to make this Depression-era recipe caramel squares. You will enjoy these. Toodaloo, until the next time. I'll cook with you again soon, I hope. Sooner than the last time.